Hey everyone. So in my previous video, I talked about what to do when you get really lucky with a stock. So in this hypothetical scenario, I think my phone is a little crooked here. I think that's better. So in my previous video, we talked about what to do when you get very lucky with a stock. And if you're new, that's probably going to happen because these markets are incredibly volatile. So you buy a stock at 5, you go to bed, the next morning it's $9. What do? Watch the other video if you want to know what to do. However, somebody on TikTok messaged me and said, okay, fine, but what do I do if I'm really unlucky with a stock? And that's an important lesson and something that's very important to talk about, especially now. Because what we have all these new traders coming in, seeing people posting on Facebook and social media about their massive gain. I made this, I made that, I made 10,000. And that serves no purpose and it really helps nobody except to set unrealistic expectations. And so what you end up having are all these new traders who are out for revenge and out for blood. I have to make 300%. I have to make $5,000. I have to make this amount of money so I can brag about it. And most of it is, by the way, wanting to prove to yourself or to your friends or to your family or to strangers on the internet that you actually know what you're doing. The bummer is you don't know what you're doing. All you're doing is copying trades. So if you buy a stock at 2 and it goes to 10 and you sell it, what did you do? You copied someone. You didn't do screeners. You didn't look at Bollinger Bands and charts and relative strength index. You didn't read the earnings. You didn't look at the news. You didn't study the macro and the microeconomic data. You didn't do any of that. All you did was you saw some guy on Reddit or on TikTok or on YouTube say, I bought this stock, and you piggybacked. And that's fine, because that's one way to learn. But it's also important when you're doing this that you need to have an entry and an exit strategy. You need to know how much you plan on making and how much you plan on losing if your trade goes south. And you need to cut your losses if you're wrong. It's the most important thing. Because I'm going to run through an example with Genius Brands, and right now I'm going to put the chart on the screen so you can see what the stock did in a few days. Now, we can talk about why it had this massive run up some other time. Was it a pump and dump? Was it just a mixture of the right time with a little bit of a rumor and a little bit of news, plus the pump and dumps, plus all these new Robinhood traders coming in because of coronavirus, and it was just this perfect storm? Whatever it was, made some people a lot of money, but it also caused people to lose a fortune. So this guy on TikTok wrote and said, what do you do if you get really unlucky with a stock? And the reality is, unfortunately, you don't have a lot of options. So what you end up having are these new traders seeing a stock like Genius Brands go from $2 to $10 within a few days. Now, when I'm watching it, and I was watching the stock in real time too, because all of my friends were texting, Robinhood and Reddit, and everyone's talking about Genius, and what do you know about, should I buy Genius? And I was sitting there going, what is this? I pull up the chart and I see that it was $2, it was 50 cents a couple months ago. Then it was 2, then it was 4, then it was 6, then it was 8, and I'm going, God, my friends are like, should I buy it? Now, I'm not a licensed broker or financial advisor, so I can't tell people what to do. All I can do is caution them. There's no such thing as a bad trade. Trading isn't bad. It's not going to wipe out your money. The only time it's bad is if you stay in it too long. That's when people get hurt. Trading isn't bad. Trading doesn't cause your uncle to lose his life savings. Your uncle caused himself to lose his life savings by not cutting his losses. By not saying, whoa, this stock is going down, I better preserve my capital. So, what ends up happening in this scenario is someone sees the stock have this meteoric rise from 2 to 10. It hit 1173. So from 2 to 1173, it's around a 480% increase. So in this scenario, someone has watched it have this meteoric run from 2 to 10, and he goes, I'm going to chase this stock. That seems like the smart play. I'm going to buy this stock at 10. He buys the stock at 10, and it hits 1173. But he has no entry, he has no exit, he has no stop loss, he has no plan here. He's just saying, I missed out on the first 500% rally, so I would like another 500% rally, so I can make what all those people, those lucky guys at $2 who are selling it now and saying, I made 400%. I want to make 400%. So I'm going to sell it when it hits 400%. But that's never going to happen. These stocks have meteoric rises and then they tank. And it's important to get out before it gets too late. So in this scenario, this guy gets $10,000 worth of stock, 1,000 shares at $10 a share. He's up 17%. And he's got an $1,100 profit. Or is it a little more? Went up 11.70, went up $1.73. He's got a huge profit is the point. And it starts dropping. And he's watching his profit get smaller and smaller. 1,000, 800, 600, 500. And it's getting closer and closer and closer to 10. And then it hits 10. But this is a new trader, and he's determined to prove that he knows what he's doing and that he knows how to pick a winner, even though all he's really done was copy someone. Well, there's no shame in copying someone. That's how you learn. But if you're going to say, look how much I know because I just saw and followed, you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, the smartest thing you can do is admit it and say, hey, my profit is 300, 200, 100. Uh-oh, my profit is 0. Now, a lot of traders at this point will say, well, I'll wait for it to go back up to 11 and then I'll sell. But stocks don't go up just because you want them to or because you regret not selling it when it was up here. Now it's dropping. Now it's $9.50. And you're sitting on a $500 loss going, uh-oh. Now it's $9, $1,000 loss. Now it's $8, $7, $6, 40% loss, $4,000. $5. Now you're sitting there going, well, I can't sell it now. I'm down 50%. I'm down $5,000. I've lost half my money. Now the stock gets to 2. What do you do? What do you do? Look at the chart. I'll put it in again. Look at the chart. I'm going to put it in right here. Straight up, straight down. What do you do if you bought it at $11 or $10? Frankly, there's not a lot you can do. You can keep that. And by the way, if that was your only $10,000, there's definitely not much you can do because you've tied up all your money. And that's a lesson that you're going to have to learn. And the lesson isn't that stock trading is bad or that stock trading causes people to lose their money. It's that you didn't cut your losses in time. So your option 1 is to set that money aside and forget it and walk away from trading, recoup some funds, and now you've walked away with a valuable lesson, which is as the stock is dropping, sell it to lock in your profits if you haven't already, or to minimize your loss. Your next option would be to day trade the stock occasionally, chipping away at your losses, being cognizant of something called a wash sale. If you're not looking at your screen right now, take a look. I just put in a small description of what a wash sale is. I will do a longer video on them later, but this will cover you for now. Which, if you want to know what it is, I'm not going to do 2 videos in one because it's going to take too much time. Just Google wash sale, and I'll do another video on wash sales later. But it's important that you don't sell the position that you have the $8,000 loss in until way down the road. And you can sell it for tax purposes if you make a lot of money doing something else down the road. But basically, you're holding the stock. Now, look, we're in 2020. It's July. Who knows what happens with this stock? It's $2 today. For all we know, in 5 years, if you're watching this video, it could be the next Netflix or Tesla. It could be $500 a share. Probably won't, but it could. So you're holding it anyway, you know. But the thing I would say is, if the stock does magically go from 2 to 10 again, and you're at break even, sell most of it. Hold on to 100 shares or 200 shares just to say, well, fuck it, we've been in it this long. I'm gonna sell most of it. I'm gonna get back my money. And hey, even if it doesn't get to 10, if it gets to 9 or 9.25, you know, you are in recovery mode here. You want that money back. But frankly, you don't have a lot of options. When you buy a stock and it tanks and you don't get out in time, there's not much you can do. So, you know, I'm sorry if that happened to anybody, but it's a lesson. It's a lesson that you can tell people about if you're not embarrassed, and you can caution people about when they say, hey, I want to buy this stock. What do you think? It's rising like crazy. You know, you can say, yeah, there's no bad trade. The only bad thing is not getting out in time. That's the bad thing. And so if this hasn't bummed you out and you aren't depressed at the thought, and by the way, this has really happened. Someone bought this stock at 11.73, and you hope they sold it when it dropped to 11. If they bought 1,000 shares, they lost $730. A lot better than holding it all the way down to 2. That's a massive, catastrophic loss. The other lesson is, by the way, not to put all your eggs in one basket. Don't buy if you only have 10,000. Don't sink all of your money into one stock, especially if you're new and you don't know to cut your losses. That's super important. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do if you get unlucky with a stock and you don't cut your losses. It's going to wipe you out. So the lessons to be learned are: cut your losses, take your profits when you got them, and don't tie up all of your money in one stock. If you want to chase stuff because people are talking about it, I wouldn't. I think that's risky. If you are day trading and you happen to notice an intraday rally and you want to hop in and hop out for a quick trade, sure. But these volatile, crazy stocks that are being manipulated by pump and dumps and social media, they're a great way to get wiped out. Now, you might have bought that stock at 7 and sold it at 9. Be happy with the money you've made. Don't keep trying to chase something that is, it's like a roller coaster. Like, the higher it goes, it starts to shake because it can't sustain these levels much longer. That's what ends up happening with stocks like Genius Brands. They reverse course, they crash. So, I hope this video was helpful, even though it's a depressing topic. It's gonna happen to you. It happened to me a lot when I was a new trader. I refused to admit that I was wrong. I was too proud. I had to prove to everyone that I knew what I was doing. And I ended up sitting on some losses, which, as it happens, this year happens to be a very good year for me financially. So I'm selling off some of these stocks that I bought 10 years ago. And I still have 80% losses in them because I didn't know back then to cut my losses. They can come around to benefit you down the road if your fate turns around, because it's going to bring my taxes down, and that's kind of nice. So if you thought this video was helpful, if you thought that I missed something or I left something out, please comment below and tell me, and I can either do a follow-up video. So thanks for watching. Have a good day, or have a good night in this case, and please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe. Please hit that little bell so you get notifications when I do new videos. And see you later.